And already there is a profound peace that anchors into this connection of hearts and minds that are here to serve in their individual and their collective service to the divine. And in this holy sacred space now is the gathering of the hearts and minds from all levels, realms, and dimensions that still holds in this holy of holy energy, this intersanctum. For there is a sacredness and a holiness that flows in, and the symbol that comes and see clearly in your spiritual eye is the symbol of the white dove with the wings that are outspread. See this clearly in your God-given ability to visualize, to see in pictures a higher dimensional property and ability that each and every human possesses. For it is in the visualization that you create, and it is your personal library that others communicate in the higher dimensional realms of your own telepathy. And so the symbol now appears, and see clearly in your spiritual eye the winged white dove of peace, of healing, of balance. And it emanates a white, profound, illuminated light, a light beyond description, a light that does not come from earthly origins, beyond the gravitational pull of the earth. For this symbol and the light that it emanates comes from the highest spiritual realms of light, coming from the cities of light, the paradise worlds, the ascended worlds of great beauty, grace, peace, and balance. And so we clearly use this ability that we have to image this as clearly and specifically as we can, to see the outstretched hands, wings of the white dove. Its very symbol of the presence of the divine. And as we hold this vision clearly, as we remember that each and every holy sacred in-breath and out-breath, that we truly breathe the divine. We breathe the breath of Brahma. With each and every holy sacred in-breath and out-breath, we breathe in the divine energetic codes symbolized by the outstretched wings of the white dove, representative of the Holy Spirit, the divine Shekinah, and the divine feminine, and the presence and movement of God. This sacred grace flows in, through, and around us. And we open our higher heart of compassion and unconditional love, for it is the compassion and the unconditional love of the higher heart, our willingness and desire to serve, to make a difference, to walk the path that brings forth the challenges and the doubts, but to move on anyway, to make known the unknown, to follow the soul pulse and where it leads you in your desire to serve in the highest capacity because of your love of God. And it is this energy, beloveds, that brings us together in this eternal now, that brings in the vision and the energy of the higher Holy of Holies, the higher intersectum of which you also hold within your higher heart of compassion, your divine spark being illumined and the flames of light fanned, expanded, now becoming more all-encompassing within your being, even as you walk a physical, mental, and emotional world. In fact, you begin to feel the movement within the higher heart. You begin to feel it moving throughout your nervous system. And this subtle energy that becomes less subtle moves upon the skin, the palms of the hand, the soles of the feet, the scalp, the hair, the energetic field around you, becoming more radiant, moving in the speed of light, and beyond that, as the very electron spin in your atomic level speeds up, as it aligns itself with this higher divine energetic and geometry that flows in with each and every holy in-breath and out-breath, becoming more anchored, becoming more profound, more radiant, and speeding up in light. And as it does, as you hold the Spirit, the vision of the Holy Spirit, the divine Shekinah, as you breathe each and every holy sacred in-breath and out-breath, the presence of the Holy Spirit, the divine Shekinah, continues to build in energy and brings forth this white light of transformation of this connected hearts and minds. A profound gift from the upper worlds, a profound gift from the divine spirit, the Holy Shekinah, flowing in the undulating waveforms of unconditional love. All senses and consciousness within the very cells of your body are alert and attentive to this sacred grace and blessing that flows in now. And so we breathe the holy sacred in-breath and out-breath. We become aware of how precious each inhalation and exhalation is, for we no longer breathe just the oxygen needed for physical life. We breathe the higher energy of the sacred cosmic breath, the cosmic Christ and divine Maitreya. The expanded light fills us now Within each and every in-breath and out-breath, it is the white light that holds all lights, all the colors within and beyond the earth, with it bringing in the various tones as we tap into the very sacred music of the spheres. And with each and every breath, we send forth our light and our melodies. And there is a great harmonic tone of light that moves out into the cosmos. It brings the attention of the great guardians of light. And as we come together as the family of light, the children of the earth who have not forgotten, that we are sure-footed on our spiritual path, that we are open as we move through life in moving our path of mastery, as we hold and expand a higher heart of compassion and unconditional love, as we choose to be the example and the way shower for others, as we pour our collective and individual path of light. And with each benchmark along the way, we open to our own individual and collective activations of the light, that we hold the very codes within us and always have, that we call the aspirations of our past lives. We hold the aspirations of our lineages. We hold the aspirations of the original thought. We hold the aspirations of the original creation, of the original explosive, the limitless light from the higher Azimuth world. We remember, we hold the memory, we hold the history of the Ancient of Days. And we are now ready as the family of light, as the divine Shekinah Holy Spirit holds this sacred space for us to take our quantum leap into this time of change, this time of ascension, beloveds, this time of quantum consciousness, expansiveness, and enlightenment to the higher galactic interconnections, communications, and interweaving of the higher self, to now make known the unknown and the repair and reconnection of the higher grids of the Christ light, the higher grids of the Maitreya, connecting to the upper worlds, connecting to the higher heavens, to bring heaven on earth, and to bring the vibratory rate of our own Earth Mother, and thereby the entire solar system of our own solar logi into the higher octave of integration onto the cosmic horizon for our world and all the worlds connected to this one. And so we hold our positions in the re-remembering of who we are, in the re-remembering of our purpose, our mission, our agreements, our partnerships, and our collaborations. We expand beyond the earthly matter and materialistic 3 dimensions of this world, but realize we are yet so much more. And it's through the divine Holy Spirit, Shekinah, the movement and the equalization of the divine feminine energy to bring forth once again the balance upon the sacred earth. And for all of her life, we breathe the holy sacred breath. And experience and simply be. And as we hold our higher heart of compassion and unconditional love as the vehicle entrance of this divine sacred peace, balance, healing, and love that pours in from the very presence and movement of the divine, as we become the flashpoint, the vehicle to receive this grace. And as we receive this grace, we clearly see ourselves as the family of light, the children of light upon the earth, circling the earth. As we see above each of our heads individually and collectively the sacred symbol that has been presented. It is that of the white dove with the outreached wings. As this grace flows in, through, and around us, we in turn become part of the sacred grid system that connects to the upper worlds through our own grid system as we connect to the grid system of our sacred earth. We hold this position, allow this grace to flow in, through, and around us, and bring it through our grid system into that of our planetary earth. We see the white illumined light that holds all colors, moving in, through, and around us as we hold a sacred connection through the upper worlds to the earth. As our sacred grid system is connected with the greater Ami Shaddai, the family of light, from all dimensions, from all realms, through all expressions of the divine, we hold our positions, allowing this great grace to flow in through the Christed divine Maitreya grid systems, reconnected, realigned with that of our own solar system, with our own earth grid, as we hold our positions as the family of light, offer our individual and collective grid system as it cleans and clears and purifies, as it readjusts and aligns into the higher frequency energies of light, removing all blockages and misalignments and miscreations, bringing forth the higher clarity, the higher vision, the higher mission, And we simply see as this white light courses through us, as we hold the vision of the Holy Spirit, Shekinah, as we see the gifts of the Holy Spirit flow in, through, and around us from the highest realms of light. As we are sure and clear in our positions and we hold our positions, for we remember we are the children of light, the children upon the earth, who have not forgotten, and we open our hearts, we receive and send forth as those who open their hearts for us, we do the same. And the family of light is strong, connected through unconditional love, through the compassionate heart, through the Asi Shalom, the divine peace, through the Shalometh Shalom, the peace that surpasses all human understanding. And as we are blessed to be the sacred conduits of the upper worlds in our own solar system and our own divine Earth Mother, as we fill the Christic grids to capacity with this light, as we have the single eye of intention and focus, as we expand our light and open our hearts and tap into the Holy of Holies and the inner sanctum that we hold, connecting to the upper worlds of light. We breathe each and every holy, sacred in-breath and out-breath, and understanding its power. We hold ourselves as great sentinels of light, strong and steadfast. As these sparks of white light holding all colors and divine geometries move in through the crystalline grates of our solar logi and our Earth Mother and beyond that. Strengthening and anchoring with each and every sacred in-breath and out-breath. We now see clearly in our spiritual eye as we still hold the vision of the Holy Spirit in the outstretched wings of white light, and see the crystalline grid system and all of our family of light from all levels of consciousness, from the most radiant ones and angelic forces to star beings, to the elementals, to the saints, holding their positions as we hold ours, to bring the upper world to the lower world, to clean and clear and purify, to realign and recalibrate. Hold into your sacred vision and see clearly this cosmic interconnection of the crystal grid connecting our Earth Mother and beyond. Its brilliance is beyond description. As we operate from our own light bodies, we see the light, we amplify the light, and we help to move the light. Beloveds, always in a remembering that you are divine co-creators, always in a remembering your power lies in your ability to see through the third eye, the power of visualization and creation, the power of your thoughts, the power of your intention, and the power of your words. And now see clearly as we hold this energetic of divine holy grace, holding the very movement of the divine. See clearly in your spiritual eye the outstretched wings of the white dove now over your head. See it clearly, and the emanation of the white light clearly over your head, and clearly see in the higher realms of light this same image of your higher self connected now to your physical, mental, and emotional bodies. So see this divine sacred symbol of the white dove clearly above your head to make the connection of your higher self with your physical, mental, and emotional self strong, anchored, and connected. Even as you walk a physical, mental, and emotional world. And with this connection, you anchor more deeply the divine guidance, divine protection, the higher healing, the higher peace, the higher balance. And you emanate, beloveds, through your visualization, your thoughts, and your words, indeed your very presence. This movement of the divine in your day-to-day activities and the things that you do to serve in your own spiritual practices. and your areas of influence, and indeed the environments that you are in. So breathe deep and acknowledge each and every holy in-breath and out-breath as you choose to have this loving grace consume you, as you embrace it and breathe. And now clearly see the children of light with this dove above their heads all over the world, connected to the higher realms of light, of the higher dove of light, of the higher holy of holies, the higher sanctums, a connection that is unbreakable. And we hold our positions a few moments longer as we sense and feel and know the power that flows in. And with grateful hearts, that we are so honored to serve. And we take nothing for granted. We are humbled. And as much as we would want to stay in this state of divine bliss, and peace, and balance, we know the time of the return has come. And so we take this opportunity to be thankful for how blessed we are beyond measure, to be able to serve in the highest capacity as we walk our path of light and higher service. And before we go to bed tonight and fall asleep, we will bring in the vision of the sacred white dove with the outstretched wings before we fall asleep, for the continued connection and integration of our higher selves with our physical, mental, and emotional bodies. as we walk our path of mastery. And now we begin to draw in our electromagnetic field as all those myriad of the radiant ones begin to draw in theirs. And even as we see the visualization of the sacred dove begin to fade, it does not fade completely. So we draw in our physical, mental, and emotional bodies to anchor onto the earth, to be grounded. On the count of 3, we will be back, awake, alert, and grounded, and we will take our time. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3, we are back, awake, alert, and we are grounded.